what is it about the ego that can make it tricky sometimes in order to stay in a state of awareness? We want to be able to enjoy our life, but we also, have to remain conscious. And at times that can be difficult. Say we scroll on Facebook for far too long, or we're watching TV for far too long. We're just doing things that are just, maybe we flip open the news just because we're curious, but we shouldn't. We know we shouldn't. We know what the rules are. Maybe we don't know what the rules are and we're still just learning. But how can we bring ourselves back into a state of consciousness super fast when we are finding ourselves constantly drifting and identifying with the ego again and again and again? So that's what I want to talk about. So when you recognize the ego is the ego and nothing more, you then start to feel more and more of a high vibration rush over you. Something that you can't explain. Because if you can observe your mind, you're not your mind. Now, how do we do this when thoughts just seem like they won't stop? Well, just for a second, put yourself in this moment. Just this moment. You can do it. You have the capability to just be in this moment. And as you're in this moment, just don't think. Just look at the screen. Look at me right now. And just look at one point on the screen. If you're looking at YouTube right now, just one point on the screen so that you can bring yourself into the present moment. Then, the next thing that you want to do is anytime a thought arises in your mind, recognize that as the ego. So I want you to stop right now and just maybe even pause the video if you need to, and just, if a thought arises, notice that as ego and nothing more. It's not your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. And if you're still struggling and still suffering, it's because you're still identifying with your mind. So you have to start there. You can't be present without recognizing that you're not your mind, because you're not going to be present all of the time, which is why all of those teachings, especially like Eckhart Tolle's teachings, talks about it's not necessarily the being present. It's identifying with your thoughts. That's the problem. So recognize every time a thought arises that that's your ego. And the more that you do that, the more that you dissolve the ego. The ego, the thoughts that are causing you suffering will arise less and less and less. And you will know that you are growing in awareness, that you're raising your vibration, because you're going to feel a sense of peace rush over you. You're going to notice, wow, I'm not my thoughts. And you're going to be able to start recognizing the thoughts that come in as just a thought. It's just a thought. And you might notice that your thoughts start to slow down more and more and more the more that you do this. The only problem with recognizing the ego for what it is the ego is going to try to find other ways to make you suffer, like through your pain body. And so you might experience things like exhaustion, dehydration, pains in your body. I mean, it's going to be difficult at first. It can be, but if you can just get past that part, then what happens is you become fully present. No mind, no more suffering, no more needs, no more wants, just pure presence. Now, the great thing about Eckhart Tolle's teaching and the reason why I love it so much, and there's other people I like, Deepak Chopra, there's other people that I do like, but I feel like the reason why I always go back to his is because if for whatever reason, I just feel like it's simpler to understand than anything else. And when you really grasp the concept and study the material, it wouldn't matter if thoughts arise or not, because you're going to still be free of suffering because you're recognizing that you're not your mind. When I was going through a hard time and having to file bankruptcy and living in a hotel and, not knowing what to do as a single mother, I was attaching to every negative thought that I had. And I had recognized how, manifestation and, positive thinking could, bring about change in my life. And it can. And so I spent another 4 years after that just, studying manifestation. I mean, obviously studying Eckhart Tolle as well, but just like, doing the journey of manifestation and trying to achieve and trying to do the positive thinking and everything on the other scale, because I had spent so many years on, oh, woe is me, all the negative in life. And what I had discovered through going towards the other end of the scale was that through positive thinking and positive affirmations and all of that stuff, through that process, that still did not make me feel the way that I wanted it to make me feel. And the reason for that is because what we don't understand is that our mind is what is creating our suffering. It's not the situations in our life. Things could be going great and we could still be miserable. Ask anybody who's a millionaire how much they feel peace within them. They're probably so worried and wrapped up in achieving all the time that they don't have time to think about that, and they're stressed. So through both ends of the spectrum, I have realized that the only way to find peace within myself is through the present moment, is to try my best not to identify with my thoughts and try my best to just be here and now. Just be. Don't think. Stop thinking right now. I mean, you can sit and play around with manifestation and affirmations and everything all you want. But eventually it's still going to lead you to needing to detach from our thoughts, because once you awaken to recognize that you're not your thoughts, there's no going back. You're already in the journey. That's it. So might as well be on the journey and be in the present moment, and don't be trying to force something to happen. Let things flow to you. When you are in such a blissful state, you manifest everything you could ever want, and you weren't even thinking about it because you weren't thinking. So don't you want to be in a state where you're not thinking, you're just being, and things just come to you? It requires a state of trust. That is true. But it also can be rewarding as well. If you listen to this video and you actually try to absorb the material and try to understand what I'm saying, you will deepen your awareness. If you just scroll through and just, didn't really take it in, then it's just going to take a little bit more time. if the message resonated with you, please subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate it. And like this video. And yeah, I just want you guys to know that I appreciate your guys' support and thank you for watching my videos. It does mean a lot to me. And I will see you guys in the next vid. Okay, peace, one love, bye.